Imagine if 2025 was the year you finally changed your financial life. Does it seem distant? It doesn't have to be. In today's video, I'm going to show you why 99% of people never get rich and what you can do to get out of this trap right now. You'll discover why working harder won't make you rich, what really sets millionaires apart, and the 5 decisions I would make if I started from scratch today. And most importantly, I'll tell you why 2025 could be the last year for you to change everything. Are you ready to take the first step? Stay with me until the end, and let's begin this transformation. The naked truth: why 99% of people will never get rich, and how to break out of the cycle now. Next, let's get straight to the point. Most people will spend their entire lives working, sweating, losing sleep, and yet you will never get rich. It's not because they're stupid. It's not because they're lazy. It's because they are trapped in a system that was made for this. Since we were little, we hear the same talk. Study hard, get a good job, work hard, and one day you will succeed in life. Lie. That's the recipe for you to live, just paying the bill and hoping there will be something left at the end of the month. The system is this: you work, someone profits from it. You trade time for money, but time is limited. Money, no. Those who understand this start building assets, things that generate money even when you're sleeping. Now, do you want to know the real turning point? Stop thinking like a worker and start thinking like an owner. Owner of a channel, owner of an idea, owner of your time. Those who are rich today are not those who work the most. It is those who created something that works for him. As long as you keep playing the 99% game, you will continue to get the 99% results. But if you want to break out of this cycle now, it is possible. But only if you have the courage to face the truth and change the way you think. Topic 2. Fatal error. The only thing that stops you from getting rich, even if you have access to the internet. Now that you understand why 99% of people never get rich, let me show you the cruelest mistake that almost everyone makes, even with the most powerful tool in their hands, the internet. Here's the thing. You have a cell phone in your pocket. You have access to Wi-Fi. You are literally connected to the same place where thousands of people became millionaires from scratch. And still nothing changes. Why? Because most use the internet just to consume and not for to create. Everyone is there, scrolling Instagram feed for hours, marathon series as if it were a profession, commenting on other people's lives, but without building your own. Meanwhile, those who understood the game are creating content, launching digital product, setting up channel, blog, e-commerce, selling skills, knowledge, or even entertainment. The internet is not just a pastime. It is the largest market in the world. But you have to stop being just a spectator and become a player. It's as if you were invited to play in the Champions League with golden boots, a full stadium, and you chose to stay in the stands just taking selfies. You already have the tool. What's missing is just make the decision to use it the right way. And hey, you don't need to invent a rocket. There are people making money just through a curiosity channel, with a narrated voice, without appearing. There are people selling courses, selling spreadsheets, selling opinions. The only thing that really stops you from getting rich on the internet is this mentality of user instead of creator. Until you change this, you will continue to just watch others win. But if you change now, the game changes. And it turns quickly. Topic 3. The productivity trap. Working more won't make you rich, but here it will. Now hold this, because it's going to hurt a little, but it's to wake up once and for all. Working harder won't make you rich. That's exactly what you read. This talk of the more you work, the more you earn is another lie sold to keep you busy, tired, and away for financial freedom. Want to see? How many people do you know who work 10, 12, 14 hours a day and continue with the same salary, in the same situation, only now exhausted? So it is. This happens because the problem is not the amount of work, but the type of work what you are doing. There are people who wake up at 5 a.m., take a cold shower, make a to-do list, use a productivity app, Pomodoro timer, drink 2 liters of coffee, and at the end of the month, it's still broken. Do you know why? Because productivity directionless, it's just a way to keep yourself busy with things that don't change your life. It's like running on a treadmill. You sweat, you exert yourself, but doesn't move. Now, want to know what really changes the game? Leverage. There's no point in working anymore. You need to start doing the kind of work you scale, that reaches more people, that generates value even when you're not there, that can be automated, multiplied, sold online. Practical example. Working 2 jobs equals double effort, double tiredness, limited money. Create a YouTube channel with faceless videos equals work once, earn every time someone watches. Create a digital product equals do it once, sell it 1,000 times. The secret is not to do more. It's about doing better. It's doing it in a way that time works for you, and not the other way around. Real productivity is that which builds freedom. It's not filling an agenda, it's build asset. And in the next point, I'll show you how to use what you already know or have experienced to build something valuable, even if you think there's nothing to teach. Spoiler, yes you do, and I will prove it to you. If this video is making your mind spin differently, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, because here the conversation is straight, without fluff, and always with life-changing ideas. Now let's move on to the next point, which is really key. Topic 4. The mind game of the rich. How to think like a millionaire before becoming one. Look, before anyone else get really rich, this person already thought of himself as rich. Sounds cliche, but it's real. The difference between those who get rich and those who continue to struggle is mentality. We'll almost think like this. How much will this cost me? The rich think, how much can this earn me? While some say, this is too risky. The rich think, what's the risk of me not trying and continuing the same? Do you notice the difference? It's not about money in your pocket. It's about the code in your head. Want a real example? There are people who see an online course for $200 and say, too expensive. But he spends $300 on a weekend with beer, fast food, and Netflix. The poor by pleasure. The rich by leverage. Another stop. Rico does not seek security. He seeks freedom. And for that he thinks in the long term. While many are focused on Friday, the millionaire is thinking about how he will live in 5, 10 years without depending on anyone. Then connect. Before you have a full bank account, you need to have rich head. Think big, act small, but with consistency. Aren't you a millionaire yet? Beauty. But you can start thinking like one right now. And that changes everything. In the next point, I will show you how to transform any knowledge, even the one you think is silly, into a source of income with explosive potential. Stay with me. Topic 5. If I started from scratch today with just a cell phone and internet. Now let's get straight to the point, because this is the part that will turn the switch on your head. If I started from scratch today with just a cell phone and internet, I wasn't going to waste time with any excuse. I was going to get my foot in the door and use what the technology he already offers me to change my life. And that's what he can do now too. You know the talk about, I have nothing, I'm from humble origins. This is just history to make you believe that you need a lot to start. The reality is that today, you have everything you need. Common cell phone and internet connection. The whole world is at your fingertips. Just look. Create content. You can record a simple video with your cell phone camera, without frills, and upload it to YouTube or TikTok. Sell knowledge. There are a lot of platforms where you can create and sell courses, lectures, consultancies, ebooks, all digitally, without leaving home. Sell products. It can be a physical or digital product. The cell phone is the most powerful tool that exists for anyone who wants to open an e-commerce. Monetize skills. Do you know how to speak well, teach something, or do something well? So, put on digital. There's a market for everything, and the cell phone is its stage. And best of all, it doesn't matter if you're just starting out, have no money, or no experience. The only thing that matters is act. Because, man, you have the power in your hands. I would do all of this and more. And, believe me, with consistency, creativity, and focus, you start to see results quickly. It's not about where you are. It's about what you're willing to do with what you have in hand. Now, if you want to learn step by step how to get started in this game and create real sources of income, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. So, we'll go along on this journey, and I'll show you everything you need to know. In the next point, I will reveal to you how to use the power of social networks to boost your name and your pocket, and maybe you don't even need much more than that. Stay with me. If this video is helping you see things in a different way, leave a like. This helps me bring more content like this to you. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for. Topic 6. The 5 decisions that would make me earn my first million in 2025. Now, if I had 5 strategic decisions to earn my first million in 2025, Without a doubt, these would be: Decision 1. Invest in a profitable digital niche. I would immediately start with a trending niche in digital, such as online courses, affiliate marketing, or consulting. I wouldn't waste time on generic things, because specific niches generate more money and attract a more engaged audience. The secret is to be top at something. Don't try to be good at everything. Decision 2. Create valuable content, but without needing to appear. Here the strategy is to create a channel on YouTube or TikTok, but without having to show your face all the time. Using voice, slides, animations, or even content like lists and curiosities, you enter the game without having to expose yourself too much, but still delivering relevant content. Decision 3. Build an automatic sales funnel. With a good sales funnel, I wouldn't be dependent on having to sell live all the time. I would set up a system of vending, using emails, capture pages, and paid ads. That way, I earn while I sleep. Decision 4. Invest in paid marketing from the beginning. I wasn't going to wait 1,000 years to have enough money. I would start investing in paid traffic from the first moment. This would make my audience grow faster and would put me in front of the right audience much faster. After all, when you invest in well-made advertisements, the return is almost immediate. Decision 5. Learn from those who have already gotten there. I wasn't going to reinvent the wheel. I would learn from the masters. I would invest in mentoring, courses, and connect with people who have already gotten to where I want to be. When you learn from those who have achieved results, the learning curve is much shorter and the risk of making a mistake is much lower. These are the 5 decisions I would make. Simple, right? But super powerful. Now, if you follow these ideas consistently, you can bet that in 2025 you will look back and see how far you have come. Now, tell me, which of these decisions did you like the most? Leave in the comments. And don't forget to like the video. Topic 7. The last chance. Why 2025 could be the last year for you to change your life financially. Now, let's talk for real. 2025 could be the last year you have a chance to change your life financially. And I'm not saying this to scare you. No, I'm saying this because in truth, time is passing, and if you don't do something now, you will look back in a few years and realize that missed the opportunity. What I'm showing you here is not some cheap motivational talk, no, and pure strategy. And what I want you to understand is that there's no point in waiting the perfect moment. There is no such thing as a perfect moment. The moment is now. Maybe you've settled into the comfort of your routine, thinking things will get better with time. But the truth is, if you don't make the decision to act, nothing will change. While you wait, other people are doing what you could be doing, creating businesses, making money, investing in the future. And guess what? Their time doesn't come back either. The clock will tick for everyone, but whoever decides to act today, you will reap results tomorrow. So, it's simple. Either you decide change now, or it will continue in the same routine until 2026, 2030, 2040. And guess what? You will always be saying that don't have time, that the money doesn't appear, that it's not the right time, and the wheel will keep turning. Now it's your turn to choose. Decide today to change your life or stay in the same place. There is no middle ground. There's no, oh, I'll wait a little longer. Your financial future starts now, and only you can decide whether you're going to take that step or not. The time to act is now. Don't let 2025 be the year you miss the chance to change your life. Subscribe to the channel, follow the journey, and make the decision to be different. Let's go on this together. Now is the time. Decide.